Hello and welcome to Flavours of Africa. I'm Doris Ufwebune.
And as always, I'm Kevin Ufwebune. You're watching Canada's first African cooking show.
Yes.
And the website again is www.flavorsofafrica.ca. Well, today is a very special day. We are concluding our second season. Yes, it's the season finale.
Yes, like any good thing, it shall we come to an end. We've come to the end of Flavours of Africa.
Well, it's not a complete end. I wouldn't say that. We have an exciting third season coming up. So we're going to have more wonderful guests, delicious recipes. We're going to keep taking you around the continent in many tasty ways. And who knows what adventure we're going to get into, but it's going to be exciting.
That's so right. We're coming back.
Exactly.
Awesome.
So continue to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, send us email. The website again, www.flavorsofafrica.ca. We're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, we're going to whip up a delicious meal. It's all happening here on Flavours of Africa. Stay tuned. And welcome back to Flavours of Africa. Today is our season finale as we conclude the second season of Flavours of Africa. And as always, we're going to take you to a beautiful place that has roots in Africa. It's an African country, Seychelles, the beautiful island of Seychelles.
It's beautiful.
Isn't it?
We haven't been there, but we know it's beautiful.
Yes.
And I can't wait to go there.
That's what I was going to say. Don't rule it out because Seychelles is a beautiful country again. Yes. Sort of diverse. You know, it has the Creole, European roots, African roots. There are many people that live in Seychelles that come from different parts of the world, such as Asia. Exactly. You know, it's beautiful. But a majority of the people, I would say, trace their ancestry, well, they call their ancestry Seychelles Creole. So that's about over 90%. And the country's so small to begin with. It's over 80,000 inhabitants.
Yes, it is.
So it's the smallest country in Africa, whereas Nigeria is the largest country in Africa in terms of size. It's really interesting.
Very interesting.
The three official languages of Seychelles are English, French, and Seychelles Creole.
Yes.
So we would be able to get around the country.
The dishes are so diverse.
That's true.
You know, you look at the jambalaya that we're going to make today. So we're going to tell you some story behind jambalaya, and we've told the story during our very first episode. And for some of our viewers that didn't catch the story, we will tell it again.
I like stories. I think we should tell it again.
Yes. So today, what we're making, as I already mentioned, is jambalaya. You know, it's just like Africa. It's beautiful. You know, the music is like you are dancing. So we have our oil here. Again, is olive oil. And then we have the 2 pots, because we're cooking up a storm for you, our wonderful viewers. However, I'm going to lower the stove because I can see it smoking. So we're not going to do this right now. We don't want to burn down the house. So we're going to start with the mussels. Mussels, of course, Africa. We eat lots of things. When you go to Seychelles, you see that they eat lots of seafood. Their favorite is the red snapper. That's what we're going to make for you today. Our wonderful viewers is here. And then we have the shrimp and we have the mussels. The mussels are already cleaned for you. So the best way to clean the mussels is when you pick one mussel, you just use a brush and you make sure it doesn't have any hair or whatever you call it. It's almost like a beard. Some people call it that. Just a little bit like this. And then you need to remove it with the knife. So easy. And at home, I have a brush that I use to clean it. So that makes it very clean. So that's what we have.
And those happen to be one of your specialties. You
I
love
love
those.
it, and we eat it at home all the time, you know. So in Africa, well, not in Nigeria, we didn't eat mussels. But coming to Canada and learning about different cultures,
that's true.
I am so happy.
Sharing, the eating together.
Yeah, exactly. To know that Africans eat differently.
So maybe before we get into our dish, maybe we'll recap the story of jambalaya.
Yeah, so let's start cooking, and then we can start telling the story.
Sounds good.
So the first thing we're going to add today is the onions. Maybe you can start adding.
Sure, sounds good. So we're going to add our onions.
Yeah, so we're going to make the sauce for the mussels first before we start cooking our jambalaya. So you add the onions, just add it, and then just be cooking.
Perfect.
I will
do the stirring.
Okay, so the next thing I'm adding here, notice we have different kinds of vegetables. So I'm gonna add the tomatoes. And the specialists, they use curry too much, so curry in their dishes, lots of curry. And they also cook boiled plantain. They love those, so that's why we have boiled plantain here. We have braised, so we'll talk about those as the show progresses. So while you're cooking that, I'm gonna go ahead and add our mussels.
You know what's interesting about Seychelles, though? It sort of it values feminism, I think, that, a lot of the families and societies in Seychelles are run by women, interestingly enough.
Can you believe it? Unlike in Nigeria, spectacular. So it's interesting to see a country in Africa where women rule. So that's so interesting.
There you have it.
Awesome. So I'm going to add the mussels. So notice how the mussel is tightly closed. So what this means is that it's healthy to eat, it's alive. When you pick up a mussel and then it's open, please throw it away. It's not good. All right, guys? So I'm going to keep on putting the mussels, and I'm going to see what is. Oh, fantastic. So while this is cooking, I'm going to just.
And it's sort of neat. Every time you cook a dish from a country, you sort of feel like you're there. You know what I mean?
I know.
Like looking at the colors of the beautiful dish, and we're putting mussels, which you don't always use in an ordinary dish. It sort of reminds you like you're actually somewhere tropical, somewhere nice like Seychelles. So
that is awesome. So I'm going to just raise this a little bit more. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to keep on adding the vegetable, just not too much. And then the next thing I'm going to add is the green onions. Some people call it scallion or scallions.
But there's something special about these. You didn't talk about that. The green onions. Where'd you get them
because it's from my garden. Okay, it's from my garden. I'm so happy. So I'm going to put a little bit of celery to go with our dish there. Of course, we can do without African spices.
No, you can't.
All right, so we add a little bit of African spices and a little bit of black pepper in there. So the next ingredient I'm going to add is the curry powder. In Seychelles, they eat lots of, they use curry for
but
almost
a lot
all
of
their
Asian
dishes.
people live in Seychelles, so it sort of makes sense too.
Exactly. So,
beautiful.
And then I'm going to add a little bit of garlic, not too much. And then comes the shrimp,
jumbo
shrimp. So we're cooking up a song for you today, our wonderful viewers. Thank you so much for watching Flavors of Africa. Yeah.
We're having so much fun.
Okay, well, exactly. When you have food, yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
So now the red snapper. This is interesting because last time we were in the Bahamas. This is what they were cooking for us.
Yeah.
This is so amazing. Yeah. Now we get to. It's so
because it's another beautiful island. It's so tropical.
Fantastic.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm just gonna cut a bit here, not too much, to add to our dish.
And then isn't it interesting how we always said like the Bahamas sort of reminds us of Africa, and then look at the Seychelles, how sort of similar it is to other Caribbean countries.
It's amazing. So that we do. So the next thing I'm going to add is the wine. Wine and African food, of course. This is white wine, by the way.
My favorite.
Okay, so, and then we have some stew that we're gonna put in
With
here.
everything together, this smells amazing.
It
Hope
is.
you try it at home. And if you do, make sure that you send us pictures of how it turned out for you. Follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and of course visit our website, www.flavorsofafrica.ca, where we'll give you more delicious ideas, delicious food ideas just like this.
Exactly. So now we're gonna add, this is coconut milk.
Yes, just to make it even more tropical, more delicious.
Exactly. So we're gonna cook this for a total of 10 minutes because we don't want it to be overcooked. Can I borrow the spoon?
Take over from there.
Thank you so much. So I'm just gonna show our audience, our viewers. So now you can see the muscles are all opened,
Yeah.
so which means that they are ready.
Ready to
Okay,
go,
so we
almost
don't
ready
want
to
to
eat.
overcook it. So we're gonna just take a quick break.
Yeah.
So when we come back, we're gonna continue with the jambalaya. You know, like the name says, jambalaya, jambalaya. So please stay tuned.
Yes, we'll be back with more in Flavors of Africa. Welcome back to Flavors of Africa. It's our season finale. And remember, our website is www.flavorsofafrica.ca. We'll keep you posted with events that are upcoming. And today we're making a really, really delicious dish.
Yes, we are.
It's inspired by actually a wonderful story.
Yes, and we are making jambalaya. Jambalaya was inspired by jollof rice, which originated from West Africa. And the story is that many, many years ago, a guy called Jambalaya was in Africa, and his dream was to have a restaurant. But before he could go about opening up a restaurant, he was enslaved. He found himself in America. But he didn't give up his dream. He said that after the slave trade, that he was going to open up his restaurant. So hold that thought, you know, I'm coming back with the story. So we're gonna start cooking because I don't want us to, you know, like I say, burn down the house. So while we're cooking, I'm gonna be telling you guys the story.
Sounds perfect.
So to begin with, I'm going to add some onions,
Perfect.
and you're gonna
I'm just
be
gonna
mixing up.
Grab that spoon and I'm
Okay.
gonna start mixing
Exactly.
here.
So we're
sauteing the onions here.
for the jambalaya or jambalaya, as some people call it. Okay, so while this is cooking, I'm going to continue with my story. So Mr. Jambalaya, when he was in America, he was, you know, still hoping that after, at the end of slave trade, that he was going to open up his restaurant. And luck was in his favor. The end of slave trade came, so he was lucky to be working in this beautiful inn. So one day, a guest came in. Unfortunately, the inn had already closed for the day. So the owner of the inn came to Jambalaya and said, Jambalaya, okay, I'm adding some tomatoes. So the owner of the restaurant came to Jambalaya and said, you know what, we can't turn any guest away because, you know, we are known for great food, hospitality.
Yeah.
So Jambalaya went into the kitchen and took whatever he could find in the kitchen and made a beautiful dish of jollof rice. So the guest ate it, and the guest was so happy. So he said, sir, what's your name? And he said, my name is Jambalaya. And the guest said, from this day forward, this dish of jollof rice will be called Jambalaya in his name. That's the chef's name. And he was so flattered. And as time went by, from jollof rice to Jambalaya, now to Jambalaya. So that's why we're cooking jambalaya.
And the yaya, or the
Yeah,
yay.
means rice in Africa. So you see, so when you think about jambalaya, it's like you are dancing. That's what it is, you know, jambalaya.
It is so interesting because Africa continues to inspire and has inspired so many parts of the world. I was sitting down and I was talking with one of my Hispanic friends, and she was saying, you know, when you told me about your culture, it reminds me of my own. I wonder if I have African roots and, you know, something that she might want to explore, but it's so neat. We really don't think about the fact that, you know, Africans invented lemonade and things like that, and all these little things that you wouldn't think of.
Africa has inspired their dishes around the world.
Exactly.
It sure has. So that's why we're here
It is so
to
neat.
tell you about Africa that we know, the beautiful Africa that we know.
And speaking about inspiration, you know, I think that we had an inspirational second season. We had so many interesting guests and interesting topics.
Beautiful.
I mean, it started off wonderful when we got a chance to visit the beautiful Bahamas and also sit down with a lawyer and discuss, you know, the law and how immigrants can sort of use certain resources out there to better understand the law.
Resources that we didn't even know existed, right? Okay, so I'm going to, excuse me, I'm going to throw this.
Perfect, and I'm going to keep stirring here.
So I'm just going to add the garlic. Excuse me, I just need to wash my hands a little bit.
And then it was so neat because we also talked about interesting topics like friendships and how to sort of deal with those. You know, we sat down with a psychologist.
Yes.
We also talked about interesting subjects like communication
Yes,
between Canadians and
yeah.
newcomers and
Yes.
sort of how we can overcome those barriers. So it's really
It was
interesting.
fantastic. And
Yeah.
then the friendship aspect of it,
Yes,
I truly
with
like.
Janet Miller.
You know, because the saying is that to have a friend,
Yes.
you need to be
You need
one.
to be one.
Exactly. And you know, you need to support one another.
That's true.
You need to be there for your friends.
Yes.
You know, it's really, really important. And when I talk about friends, I thank God for my friends because I'm blessed with wonderful friends.
That's true.
Friends that I can call and, you know,
Well,
I know I can talk to them wherever they are. I have so many friends all
It's
over.
true because
whether it's a Winnipeg, whether it's Ottawa, you know,
Yeah.
I'm really happy that
Yeah.
these people, I call them my friends.
Yeah.
You know, and you guys know who you are.
No, but it's neat. It's a very interesting topic. We don't realize how people can impact our lives negatively and positively, you know?
Exactly.
So that was an interesting topic.
So let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to continue with the jambalaya, and then we're going to tell you everything, all the ingredients that are going into making this special dish. So
don't touch your remote. We'll be back with more on Flavors of Africa. Stay tuned. You're watching Flavors of Africa, and today is our season finale, and we're cooking up a delicious dish.
yes,
Beautiful.
we're making a jambalaya, and as you can see, we have our olive oil, the onions, all the ingredients here,
The tomatoes.
vegetables, you name it, and then the fish, that's the rice snapper. And what we're going to do now is to add some tomatoes to it.
The tomato paste
That's
works
yeah,
wonderful
tomato
with it.
paste. And then we've added some curry powder because the Seychelles, they cook with lots of curry powder and coconut milk. So that's what we're doing. And the next ingredient that we're going to add is the rice. The rice is already washed. So you need to wash your rice like 4 times. When I mean wash, I don't mean like, you know, so
Don't give it a bath. Don't give it a bath.
Yeah, just rinse it in water. 4 times is great, okay? So it's really, really important. And notice how the rice is not cooked because we have so many ingredients here that that are going into making the jambalaya. So that's why we're doing it this way. So I'm just gonna add some, not all of it. Okay.
And we had so much fun this season.
Actually, I can just,
you know?
The sauce is great. Yeah, I really, I do. I stay young, you know.
That's true.
Wonderful, wonderful season, you know.
I mean, it was so interesting, all the guests that we had. And remember, if you want to be a guest on our show, you just let us know. You can always send us an email. We'll leave our email up, and Twitter and Facebook as usual. Come entertain us. If you're a singer and you're a dancer, we'd love to hear from you.
Awesome. So I just added some salt, and we're going to mix it up. So you notice here we have sausages. The reason why we have sausages is because we're making a jambalaya. Normally we will make it with the mussels, but we decided to make the mussels differently for you, our wonderful viewers, just to give you a choice because we like giving you different choices, right? Yes. Thank you, wonderful viewers.
You know, variety is the spice of life.
Exactly, right? Exactly, it sure is. So I'm just gonna cut up the sausages.
And if you're not a meat lover, let's say you're vegetarian, you know, you can technically do without the sausages, no wahala. You just sort of
cook it that way.
Yeah.
Awesome. So here are the sausages going into the jambalaya. And the next thing we're going to do is to add some water. And once again, you could add chicken broth, beef broth, vegetable broth, whatever you have, no wahala. The reason why we decided to add water is because we have fish, we have sausages. You know, we don't want to overpower the taste, so that's why we decided to go with water. So just let me wash my hands, and then we can continue with that.
You know, and then Enablers, their beautiful gala, that was all wonderful this second season.
Yes, it was. It really was.
You know?
Yeah.
And this looks lovely already. It looks delicious.
It's great. And then I have the plantain. We have the plantain here because the Seychelles people, they love plantain, boiled plantain. If you remember in some of the episodes that we did, we had fried plantain. So today is boiled and we have bread. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna show you the finished product, and then we're going to do what we know how to do best, eat it.
Exactly.
So stay tuned,
More coming up.
Wonderful viewers. Welcome back to Flavors of Africa once again. As you can see, our wonderful viewers, we have the mussels with shrimp, all made up for you guys. And then we have the jambalaya with some mussels for decoration. And let the party begin.
Yes. I mean, it's a celebration. It's the season finale. We're concluding our second season of Flavors of Africa, and like we said, it's been a wonderful season. We thank you so much for watching. I mean, it's been great.
Yes, thank you so much. And remember to visit our website.
That's right, www.flavorsofafrica.ca. We'll keep you posted with our upcoming gala, which will be in May of next year. That's May 2014. It's going to be an amazing gala. You're going to get a chance to sample some of the delicious food that we've been cooking up. Yes. And again, remember that Flavors of Africa can cater for all your wedding needs, party needs, special occasions, big parties, little parties, you name it, we got it. You know, just follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and we'll keep you posted.
Yeah, and as we always say on Flavors of Africa, remember that cultures that eat together stay together. Through food, we can continue to appreciate diversity and promote cultural unity.
Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for our third season, and we wish you all the best.